Hey Internet, Jack Danger here with another Ask Jack follow-up. You sent a lot of questions about community-driven stuff, and I'm going to try to address everything. Also, shout out to everyone sending stickers. I don't know why I locked this. It's a fun gimmick. I had to represent on here. Anyway, let's get to the questions, shall we? I think one of these questions. I gotta watch what I say. Anyway, Brandon asks, and I got this question a lot. I think I get it every time I do one of these. Why do some games have co-op and others don't? Right? So that is completely contingent on what the game team wants. They decide whether or not a game needs co-op, and really it's just the vibe of the game and the vibe of the team if they think that needs to be a thing. I know a lot of you want co-op for like every game, and while that would be awesome, we are also limited on time, and there's other probably more important features to put in a machine before co-op is integrated. And it also requires a great amount of attention to detail on how to make sure, because you're changing how the game plays, right? So it's just extra work. And if the team didn't want it off the rip, it's probably going to be put off to the wayside, if even put in at all. So I know a lot of folks are like, I want co-op on Foo, I want co-op on, like, just it's up to the game team. So that hopefully that answers your question. Nicholas asks, how do you get invited to those creator events and product reveals? We try to reach out to folks that we know are making content that we follow. A lot of us at Stern digest a lot of what the content creators are making. Content creator myself, I also follow as many people as I can. But if you're interested in being part of that, you just got to reach out to, I believe, Zach Sharp, zach.sharp@sternpinball.com. Send him a message and let him know that you're interested in attending something like that in the future. And if a list exists to get your name put on it, he would be the guy to do that for you. So get it. Sawyer asks, would you guys ever do internships or a summer camp thing for teenagers like me that want to get into designing pinball machines, maybe even for Stern? So I talked to a few people at Stern about this. We do internships. We absolutely do. Primarily for software related things and or I believe marketing and sales. Specifically design, there is no internship structure. I think that would be an incredible thing to do because designing a pinball machine is a trade skill essentially. You have to learn from somebody that knows how to do it already. There's no manual for it. A lot of it is just feel, and you got to know what you're trying to feel. So while that doesn't exist, I think that would be an incredible addition to the Stern Pinball roster of things that we offer. So who knows what the future holds, but I think it's an incredible idea. Pete asks, what's the best way to start learning to become a pinball Sorry, there's a weird bug. So what's the best way to start learning to become a pinball dev? More notably about software. So Stern, we program in C++. So if you know that language, you've got a leg up. But knowing how to program for pinball is its own basket to weave, right? You're programming for chaos. I still don't know how our software folks do it. It's bonkers. Shout out to anyone that programs for pinball machines because you have to program for every eventuality. You know, you want the ball to do, but the ball isn't probably going to do that. So you have to program around the idea that you're trying to get it to do something, but it might do something else. The thing I would recommend you do is if you know C++, or if you know any language really, just look at a game and record with your brain, diagnose, strip down like rules that you really love from pinball machines and try to replicate those. If you have a friend building a homebrew, working with them to program it also goes a long way because that's real world experience. And if you're trying to get a job in pinball, real world experience goes a very, very long way. So good luck to you. America Guy, I'm sure that's your real legal name, asks, does Stern have a goal of having a pinball machine on every continent? I don't know that it's a goal of Stern Pinballs to have a game on every continent, but I would also be flabbergasted if we didn't have a pinball machine on every continent. Is there anyone in Antarctica that knows of a pinball machine nearby. Actually, I can just open the pinball map, and then you'll see if like the North Pole has a frickin' Ripley's Believe It or Not. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm sure we have to. So. All right, Josh H says, perhaps a video on how to clean your pinball machine. I'm new to pinball and I'm intimidated by cleaning the playfield. I also, when I was brand new, was very afraid of getting under the glass. I thought I was going to A, break something, or B, completely hurt myself. And neither one of those things is really going to happen. So a video about cleaning a playfield, I'm sure we can holler at our boy Kyle Spiteri, who's been doing our tech school stuff, can do a little something on how to like take a little Novus 2 and like clean off certain areas. Games get dirty, just like your car, just like anything, and they need a little TLC. So I think that's a wonderful idea. And if we don't already have a video about that, which I feel like we should, we could probably get on that pretty quick. So good recommendation. All right, Caleb. Oh, this is controversial. Okay, just so you know, this is going to be controversial. Caleb says, do you like or recommend playfield protectors over the playfield? I'm getting my first new inbox game and I wanted to know from a professional their thoughts. Does it really play that different to you? Whew. So, I can't stand playfield protectors. And I know some people like to put them down to keep their games fresh and clean and new, but here's why I don't like them, right? First off, you got to tear a bunch of stuff off the game and you're modifying the game from how it was designed to play. 2, the way the ball travels on wood that has been clear coated is the ball is gripping and rolling. How a ball travels on a playfield protector is the ball is sliding. And that movement is very apparent and it is very different on how the ball interacts with mechs, ball guides, ramps. Things are just sliding all over the place instead of actually rolling and spinning how they're typically supposed to move. And I can see it, and I really just don't enjoy playing a game with a playfield protector on it. But to each their own. You want to keep your games looking brand spanking new, slap the thing down. But for me, it's all just put the ball on the wood. All right, Josh asks, this is the one. Josh asks, when are we getting home leaderboards? That is a message I get constantly. And internet, I'm here to tell you that it is coming a lot sooner than you think. It's coming, A, and it's coming a heck of a lot sooner than you think, B. I can't give any more specifics beyond that, but if you're seeing this video now, you don't have to wait too long, okay? That's all I gotta say. To learn about it. I don't know. You'll learn more soon. All right, Mason asks, did you really hurt your shoulder doing a death save? Yes. I was playing Hercules and I tried throwing the machine across the room successfully, but I threw my shoulder with it. So that's the story we're going with. All right, Robert asks, okay, this is an unofficial, not Stern, this is Jack Danger speaking, okay, to this question. What's your favorite non-Stern created mod? Do not mod your machines officially. Officially, don't mod your machines. Unofficially, there is this really cool speaker cover for Foo Fighters that someone made that covers the whole monitor and speakers that makes it look like the dashboard of the van from the Foo Fighters in the animations we did. It is so freaking cool, unofficially. Foo Bear asks, how good is Gary Stern at pinball? How about Seth? Who's the best pinball player at Stern not named Keith Elwin or Jack Danger? Well, I can't be lumped in with the rest of the best players. I would say I'm a pretty good player, but I'm not a Keith Elwin. I'm not a Raymond Davidson. I'm not a Josh Henderson. I'm not a Nick Wayna. There are some insane pinball players at Stern Pinball, okay? And I'm peanuts compared to those folks. Gary Stern is a lot better than he lets on. He likes to call himself like the everyman's pinball player, but he will walk up to a game and beat the crap out of it. Seth, I haven't seen his pinball chops yet, but I can only imagine after being here for 4 years, he has to have put in his 15 minutes a day, 15 times 365 times 4, I'm sure he's great at pinball. He has to be. I don't know. Never do math on camera. All right. This last question is from Clark, and Clark asks, "What is punk rock?" And we'll end the video with this. Punk rock is just being kind to one another, keeping an eye out for one another, sticking up for each other, and just being awesome. You know, that's my interpretation. Is just sticking up for each other. You know, internet. Thank you so much for all your questions. We're gonna have more questions for you coming up soon, and hopefully, if you see this before Expo, come find me, give me a high five, and give me some more stickers to throw on this. All right, friends. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye. Do I have a sign off? Internet. Send. I can't think of a sign off, so send me something I could say. Peace, nerds. Love you. Bye. I'm out of here. I can't figure this crap out.